y'all, and welcome to today's video. I have shopped my stash for 10 palettes that I think are perfect for spring. I love talking about eyeshadow palettes. I love talking about makeup. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to show you these palettes. We're going to talk about them, and if you're new here, hey, my name is Heather, and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week, so I hope you will subscribe before you leave today. But I can't wait to talk about all this makeup. Let's jump into it. Y'all, before we talk about these palettes, I do want to say, of course, you can wear your makeup whenever you want to wear your makeup. You don't have to put away the jewel tones, the warm browns, the fall colors, just because the season is changing. Wear your makeup whenever you want to, but I love nature and I love being inspired by like season changes. It's fun to kind of mix it up. So maybe you want to shop your stash, maybe you're looking to add palettes to your collection, maybe you just want to hang out. I just wanted to kind of go through my collection, pull some palettes that I think are perfect for spring, but are not just pastels. Not just pastels. I love a pastel for spring. I love pastel palettes. I have a whole separate video on pastel palettes. So these are going to be spring palettes that are fun, some colorful, some neutral leaning, not just pastels. I'm excited about these. Let's jump into it. So for those of us living in the Northern Hemisphere, spring, the first official day, I believe, is March 20th. So I'm coming to you a little early with these recommendations, but tell me this Glamlight Strawberry Shortcake Berry-licious palette is not perfect for any time of year, but this screams springtime, right? The greens, the pinks, so lovely. I love a green and pink combo. So gorgeous. Now, I will link all of these palettes that I'm talking about down below in the description box. If I have any affiliate codes, I will put them on the screen so you can save if you're considering these. But I do have videos with these palettes as well. So if you want to see detailed swatches, tutorials, close-ups of any of these palettes, do look, because I'm pretty sure I have videos on every single palette I'm going to talk about today. This one from Glamlight is just beautiful. It's that exceptionally amazing Glamlight formula with the beautiful mattes. We have this beautiful shifty topper up here. The metallics are gorgeous. They look wet and shimmery and shiny on the lid. The performance of this palette is 10 out of 10, seriously. I love that we have these lighter tones up here in the shimmers. We have some mid-tones in our mattes, some deep mattes. Beautiful. I love that we have not just pink and green, but we have this almost like purpley silver down here that make this palette really special. This pink kind of shifty topper type style shade up here has this like blue silver sparkle to it that I think gives a lot of versatility. And just the tones, we have like a bubblegum pink, but then we also have these more strawberry type pinks. Overall, cute packaging, beautiful formula, and I think it's perfect for this time of year. Okay, this is a newer to me palette, and I think this is a really good palette for spring. This is the Dreams Come True ColourPop Snow White palette. So this one I've been enjoying a lot, and I wanted to pull some palettes that had some neutrals too. So if you wanted to create a neutrally look for spring, you can definitely do that with this palette. I think these peachy pink shades are really pretty, and going a little more peachy in tone with your neutrals can be super fun for this kind of light, bright time of year. Now, I also love that we have the red and blue. Of course, I think these are beautiful, and there's a black to create depth and dimension, but these yellows I think are fun for the springtime too. So maybe you don't want to go completely colorful for spring. Definitely look and see if you have any pinky peach neutrals. Look at this palette because I think this one's pretty. And this shadow right here, Ever After, is a yellow Super Shock formula that has this peachy pink shimmer to it that I think is really, really pretty too. Of course, I love the packaging, but I think the color story inside is really, really good for spring. Okay, this palette is super bright and vibrant. This is the Nomad Monteverde Cloud Forest palette. This one is so beautiful. I was checking to make sure I got the name right on this one. So this palette is greens, and I just think of green for spring. Everything turns green, at least where I live. I know it's not the same for everybody, but it just puts me in the spring mood when I see the trees starting to turn green. I mean, here, spring has sprung. Nobody told the outside that March 20th or whatever it is the start of spring. Spring is here, and this palette is representing what my outside looks like right now. We have like buttercups springing up and all the green. Anyways, I'm actually wearing this shade right here today. This palette from Nomad, so beautiful. One of the best palettes they've done, honestly. The mattes in here are beautiful, and I love that we have so many shimmer sparkle options as well. So this green up here is really special. It's like this deep dark forest green that almost leans like slate gray in tone. It has beautiful sparkle reflex. We have this beautiful duochrome right here that goes from like a teal blue to a green. The yellows, really beautiful. You can create a vibrant look with this, and even this brown has an olive tone to it. So I love the green for spring. This palette is so cute with the pops of pink and corals we have in here, blue. I love that they threw in this purple. Obviously, I love a purple and green look together. If you have this palette, pull it out for a spring look, because I think you're gonna feel inspired, because this yellow really can be such a fun pairing with any of the shades in here and just give you like this light, vibrant look. Really pretty. The packaging is fun too. I love the little sloth. Listen, this one's adorable. I think it's perfect for this time of year. Okay, along with the shimmer that I use from that Nomad palette, I am using shades from the Blend Bunny Primal palette. This is another one that's super fun and colorful for spring and summer, really. Like I said, you can use your makeup year-round. Whenever you want to wear it, use it. It doesn't matter the time of year. I'm just pulling inspiration from the season. Maybe you feel like you're in a little bit of a makeup rut, you don't know what to do. Shop your stash, think spring tones, and create a look. This palette is so fun. I'm wearing these two greens and this purple from the palette today. Well, several of these purples, but this, if you want to see me create this look is live for my channel members right now. I will link the membership down below, but I just told you what I'm wearing if you don't want to join the membership. This is beautiful. Blend Bunny makes such a beautiful formula. I really like the shimmers in here. They're like this like almost Super Shock putty type texture. Really beautiful and impactful. I love that we have a matte white and a matte black in here to really like deepen up or lighten shades. You can custom create your shades with these two. And then we do have these beautiful colors. I love that we have this top row of pastels, a middle row of mid-tone shades, this middle, well, second row, third row right here of deeper shades, and then we have the metallics, then we have the black white. I think this one is really special. If you just, listen, I said this is not just a pastel video because I've already done a whole pastel palette video a while ago, but if you want pastels for spring, look at this top row. This palette will give them to you. This palette from Oden's Eye comes in and out of stock. They keep restocking it. It's so gorgeous. I understand why it keeps selling out. This is the Soul Mine 2 palette. Oden's Eye makes some beautiful palettes, of course. But this one I think is super duper special. I love this format. I talk about this palette all the time, I feel like, because it's just that pretty. I love that we have the row of blues, the row of purpley tones, and then we have this row of like fiery oranges. I've said it once, I say it again. This just looks like a flame to me. I love this like the start of a fire as it deepens and as it smolders out. I love that we have several light matte shades. If you want to use them like I did today, right in here in the front part of your crease, light, bright in our corner shade, really beautiful. And then we have this blue jean denim blue, really special. We have some deep dark mattes in here. You just have versatility. This shade right here in the center is like a topper shade with so many different Sparkle Reflex. Really, really beautiful. I like that we have darker shimmers and we have lighter shimmers. Really, really special palette. Again, I understand why this palette keeps selling out because it's so pretty. Okay, I have an all shimmer, all multi-chrome palette here because let's do some bright, fun looks for spring. This trashed palette from Sugar Drizzle is so cute. I love the little raccoon. I always say I'm like a little raccoon looking for shiny things. If something's shimmery, sparkly, shifty, I want it. This palette, so many beautiful colorful shades and also some more toned down neutral leaning shades, like this kind of taupey silver purple toned shade right here called Rascal Tail. Beautiful. This one over here, Wildlife, almost a cool toned bronze. Really beautiful. Of course, we have these beautiful purpley and green tones that I think are perfect for spring. We have this beautiful pinky peach, super sparkly shade up here. This beautiful pink down here. If you're looking for shimmers and multi-chromes to add to your collection, something a little different, you want a palette full of those shades, this one is really, really beautiful. I like the tones that Sugar Drizzle chose for this one. I like the purples. I like the greens. Hello. You can tell in my look and my outfit today. I love purples and greens together. I like that we have deeper tones in here and also some really light, bright tones. Take one shade. When I talk about a one and done look, it's a one shade all over the lid, the crease, whatever you want to do, throw a mascara, you're done. One shade. This one is perfect for a one and done look. Really, really beautiful. Okay, I picked an all duochrome palette to share as well. This is the Angles of Illumination 3 from Bella Beauty Bar. This one, you can tell my palette is pretty messy because I have used this one a lot and I actually just used it the other day. Whoops, my hair is sticking to my lip gloss. This palette screams spring, does it not? I love these bright duochromes. First of all, we have a whole column of more green leading shades. Then we have this column right here of like pinky, purpley blue type shades. More purple blues over here, but a little deeper than this column. We have these purples right here that do go from light to dark. And then we have these pinky oranges too. Again, you do have a little bit of neutral in here with the bronze tone over here. This is kind of a neutrally leaning purple to, I don't know, like a light bronzy tone, not a deep bronze. This is a beautiful pink to white, very sparkly duochrome. This shade right here is like a purple gold. Watch my video if you want to see all the shifts in these. But this, like I said, it's an all duochrome palette. Really beautiful. I reach for this a lot to pair with other palettes. Of course, you can do one shade all over the lid, out the door, you're good to go. But I do think this is a perfect companion palette too. Pair it with your mattes, pair it with your other palettes, inner corner shades, lid shades. This one is really beautiful. This right here is such a strong, like orange coral hot pink shift. Really truly beautiful. I like this one so much. Now, nobody is surprised that most of these palettes are indie brand palettes. I love indie brands, indie brand meaning independently owned brands, but I did want to pull a mainstream palette in because I know mainstream brands are a little more accessible. You can pop into Sephora, Ulta, pick these palettes up, see them, swatch them, and I really liked the Too Faced Italian Spritz palette. I think this is really nice Too Faced palette. I do like this color story. I love the peachy pinks. I love the orange pink theme. We do have more color than we're used to from Too Faced. This does smell like a summer drink. I think it's supposed to smell like an Italian Spritz. I don't know. But we definitely have some neutrals, right? We have some neutral browns. But overall, this is a light, bright mid-tone with a few deeper shades that has a lot of color too. I love having the pink, the yellow, this dark purple shade. I love that here in the corners, the top corner, the bottom corner, we do have some blue shades. I love that we have a more yellow glow yellow gold. I think that's a lot of fun. These peachy pinks, one leaning more pink, one leaning more orange. I think if you were looking for a mainstream palette that is spring, summer, you will like this. This is really, really pretty. I think the mattes are very easy to build up. I just kind of pack them on to get that full opacity. Really, really beautiful. I was impressed, and this palette really makes me hopeful for what Too Faced is going to do in the future. I hope they continue on giving us a little more color. Again, cute packaging. It smells good. I think Too Faced did a good job with this one. So I know I've been talking about a lot of indie palettes. ColourPop, pretty much mainstream as well. And yeah, I wanted to throw in a mainstream palette for y'all, and I had to pick this one. Okay, Unearthly Cosmetics Strawberry Milkshake. I may have included this one in last year's spring palettes too, because it screams summer and spring to me. Now mine is before they rebranded, so mine says Alien Cosmetics. They are now officially Unearthly Cosmetics, have been for a while, but this palette, gorgeous. I mean, look at it. It just said, hey, spring, summer. I love that we have this top row here. This is a very unexpected color story. Unearthly is very good at curating beautiful color stories, even in their smaller palettes, like their 9-pan palettes. The pink, the purple, the creamy, milky white, beautiful. I love this pop of yellow. I think that's unexpected and gives a lot of versatility to the palette, to the looks you can do. We have these two beautiful green shades, and then we have this shimmery wet red that is beautiful. Shimmery reds are not always easy. Sometimes they're so muted from brands, and sometimes they're too on the pink side. This is a beautiful true red. I love this super sparkly pink shade that we have. I think it can be paired with so many of the shades in here to add something different to the look, even with the greens, with the pinks, like just really pretty. And then we have this deep dark red down here that I really, really like too. It's like really pretty, like the color of a dried strawberry almost. So I really like this one. The formula in here is beautiful. Again, you have those very sparkly shimmers, you have those beautiful mattes, you have some more smooth type shimmers. So I like that we have multiple different formulas in here. Really beautiful, and this cute little strawberry milkshake girl on the front is adorable as well. Okay, I think this Beauty Bay new mod palette is such a good color story for spring. This one's really pretty, and I pulled this one because we have these greens, but we have these really pretty pinks here. And then this is another palette that has some neutral tones, so that if you want to mix and match your colors and your neutrals, if you want to use just these brown yellowy shades up here, you can definitely do that. We do have some pretty spring blues down here. This light kind of cool tone lavender blue shade, this really pretty blue. I love that we have this white blue duochrome shade here, this white pink duochrome over here. Beauty Bay is really good about putting different formulas in their palettes. So you have mattes, shimmers, duochromes, more intense sparkly shimmers, just some different formulas in the palette to give you versatility. I think this is a beautiful color story. Create a monochromatic pink look, a more green, yellow, brown look. You can really divide this palette into quads if that is something that you like to do. Stick to the columns, stick to the rows. The layout of the palette is really pretty, but the shades inside definitely gave me those spring vibes. Last but certainly not least is Fairy Tale Fairies from Simply Posh. I think this is perfect for this time of year. Again, we have a whole top row. What is this? 6 shades of pastel mattes, almost even some like neon pastel shades. They're really vibrant and intense, but that pastel, beautiful for spring. But it's not just pastels. We have these deeper tones down here at the bottom so that you can add some depth to your looks. Really pretty. We've got some mid-tones as well, and then we have a whole middle row, 6 duochrome shades. Really beautiful with some pretty sparkle in here. We have this beautiful lime green, kind of, well, it's a bit darker than the green that I have all over my lid right now, but really pretty. We've got some beautiful like blue with purple pink sparkle in here. I love this pinky peachy gold sparkle that we have here. No pressed glitters in any of the palettes that I'm talking about today, but some shades that are really special with a lot of shimmer and sparkle to them. Really, really beautiful. I think this color story is well put together. It's very just soft and spring and easy and fun while still giving you versatility. Something I love about Simply Posh too. I don't like to pop out my shadows and rearrange my palettes, but I know a lot of y'all do. So I really like that they make these palettes really easy to pop the shades out. The pans are magnetic, so you can rearrange this if you want to, mix and match it with your other palettes. You definitely have the option to do that with this one. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed shopping my stash, pulling some palettes out. Of course, I could have included so many more palettes. I could have included so many more because there's so many beautiful palettes that I think are perfect for spring, but I wanted to narrow it down and share 10 with y'all. I hope you enjoyed this. Do let me know what palettes you think of for spring. I would love to hear your recommendations. Maybe I have some of the same palettes. I just always love hearing from y'all. Thank you for watching. I will list all these palettes down below in the description box, so definitely check there if you're curious. Please do subscribe, and I will see y'all very soon in another video. Bye!